Hey everybody, Brooks from Drag Times here. I'm here for F1 week, and we're at the McLaren grand opening of the McLaren 750S, which you saw debuted about a week ago, but I think I might be one of the first ones to actually see it in the flesh and check it out. So today we're just gonna go around the car, check out the difference between this and the McLaren 765 and the 720S. All right, so first up, I love the wheels. These remind me of the Elva wheels. We had the Elva at the cabin, but it is pointed out, this one actually has an extra spoke in it, but I would love to put these on the 765 LT Spider. So if someone's ordering one of these cars, order these wheels and we can swap. I got a bunch of different wheel sets. But onto the kind of front of the car, this is where the kind of big design change comes with the complete colored out front bumper. So it looks quite different than 720S and 765 LT because you don't have the aggressive kind of side pieces over here. And this is a wicked color fade. This goes from kind of Mexico Paris bluish color fading all the way to the back into a much darker color. And this kind of paint fade. They have these different paint fade options in the 750S, which range anywhere from, I think, $30,000 to $80,000. Again, back into the rear here. So center exhaust, 2 pipes instead of the 4 pipes of the 765 LT. Kind of hard to see it because the light's a little low. But, and it probably doesn't have titanium exhaust back in there either. Yeah, so because we're looking at the coupe, so if you check out back in here, you can see it's got the clear engine, and normally this would come out into the roof scoop, which obviously they're not offering because that's exclusive to the LT version. But this also has might have the Club Sport pack, because you can definitely see we got a roll bar in here. And of course, now you can get P1 seats in a 750S. This is no charge, Jimmy.
What do you think of the...
This looks similar to my seats right here, except I got green.
Are you gonna miss the cluster?
I like this cluster better.
You don't like the flip up?
Nah, I always leave mine.
It was always like a gimmick.
I always leave my cluster up because I want to see all this stuff. Unless we're roll racing, then I drop it down and just watch the shift lights.
Exactly.
But, I mean, this has Android Auto and CarPlay and the new infotainment system from the Artura. Yeah. So, and these are no cost option. You actually get P1 seats over the comfort seats, but you do have to pay extra for Senate seats are an option in this car as well. So
yes, correct.
As you can see, we got harnesses.
You see the brakes, they're like 765 brakes, and then you get the Senna as an option.
Oh, you can get
standard,
the standard. Yeah.
It's 765 brakes. So
well, you get the optional center brakes too.
Yeah, you can get the option.
Yeah, I just went over. These wheels are my favorite. Yeah. You know, I love the diamond. I love the diamond cut wheels.
They're a little busy.
Well, but if you stand back, you don't see them. They just look kind of swirly. Only until you get closer up do you actually see that. So let's jump inside. All right, so sitting in the car, this seems very familiar. Scoot up a little more here.
I love that the seats are manual too. Absolutely.
So fun fact, Jimmy, when I priced out the 750S Spider against my 765 LT Spider, because a lot of options were standard on the 765 Spider, it came out to within $10,000. So if you add in all the stuff I got, you're within 10 grand of having an LT. So this car is great for anyone who didn't get an LT.
This is basically an LT.
You pretty much get an LT plus 100 pounds.
Right.
Because it's not as light. It's still 100 pounds heavier. Turning it on here, you can see we got a nice kind of new display here, odometer 14 miles. And of course you got the binnacle. So you press these buttons right here, up and down for both suspension and the track modes. And then everything else is pretty much standard. It's got some carbon fiber around the edges here. And of course we got the P1 seats with the nice fade and the roll bar in the back here. I don't see the seatbelts that go in the back here if they're there, but I don't know if they have the key to turn it all the way on, but there you go. So you can see the display, what the display looks in the 750S, and we got fuel low. So basically here is where you would select the different things, and this is not turning on. I'm sure this is a very early car, so maybe some of this stuff is not active yet. But this is where they moved the launch button. The launch button used to be down here, and now they moved it to right here, or right here, and then there's your arrow button. And now they also changed, and they had an additional button to use for like quick features. So you can press this one McLaren button right here, and it adjusts a bunch of settings, like preset for what you're doing. So that's a pretty cool feature they added as well. Onto the inside right here, you got your USB-C and USB-A ports. And then again, the cluster is pretty much the same, except they changed this out. So we're gonna have Android and Apple CarPlay in here. And then these shift paddles are optional as well. Launch mode unavailable, uh-oh. Let's check out the side profile here. Pretty much the same all as the 720 up here until we get towards the back, of course. And of course, we got the 765 LT wing. This looks identical to the 765 LT. And of course, we got the paint fade back here. Tail lights also look pretty much the same. Of course, the bumper's different. So you can see these little indentations down here on the bottom. And then I believe the diffuser looks very, very similar down towards the back as the 720. Although these vents here definitely look different as well. So definitely a lot of changes in the exhaust here and the back here. You can get this whole bumper in kind of carbon fiber as well. And then this has, I believe, a black underneath wing, kind of similar to my LT. Now it's actually not a complete fade. You can actually look, there's actually color gradations of the paint down the side. Almost looks like kind of shark gills coming out the side right here. Pretty neat feature. Again, love these wheels. Back along to the back. Jimmy, you like the exhaust?
It's a USB port, right?
That's funny, I did see that, yeah.
It's a USB
From back here,
Hey, but at least it's an Inconel.
it looks a little P1-ish, doesn't it?
Sure, yeah.
Right? We got P1s out there, we could check those out too.
But it's Inconel.
Another thing that kind of sticks out a lot now with the color match front bumper is the front camera. Definitely is more noticeable right there on the outside there. And there's actually a little bit of a lip down the bottom. And we got the carbon kind of intakes on this side too. All right, so that's a wrap. Checking out the McLaren 750S down here at Webben Walls. Special thanks to McLaren for having me out. And we will see you with McLaren out at Goodwill Festival Speed, where I believe we'll be getting a ride in the McLaren 750S up the hill. Watch out for that kind of end of July. As always, thanks for watching. Enjoy this video, hit the thumbs up, helps the video on the channel, and we'll see you next video.